Cut the goddamn song.
Hey.
I've had it with this. Don't let it. Why does my shit sound not right? Is it my headphones?
Kurt couldn't hear himself, and now he's getting upset. And
yeah.
I've also got a scratchy headphone.
He's like a deaf kid who just found out he's deaf. Mommy can't hear stuff.
First of all, Sherrod, okay? Now, goddamn it. I can tolerate this song, okay? It's a fine song.
It's our theme song, so you got to tolerate it.
Yeah. And I had no say in it. And then Sherrod goes, well, do you have a suggestion? And I didn't have a suggestion.
Because you didn't know music. Did you educate yourself on some tunes that you telling me?
I don't give a shit. I have a song now.
Okay.
Smart ass.
Okay, let's hear it.
Yeah, it's a good song. And I want, Paul, will you please run my song?
Let's hear it.
Everyone's going to love this song.
All right.
I already love it.
Here comes the dope pusher. He's got
by a very
bag
respected
of
doctor.
things
That's
that
it.
he will say
I think
will
everybody knows
make
him.
you feel beautiful.
Dr. Kaz?
Yeah.
He has some uppers and some downers and marijuana.
This is our song.
This is a
and
good
all
song.
kinds of
Wait, the chorus is
good
coming.
things that will one day have you in pain and agony.
Sounds like a doctor to me.
But you can look at him right in the face, and you can sing this song to him. I don't need no bad drugs. I don't need no
Watch,
bad
it's going to end
drugs.
with a perfect ending. Listen.
I don't need no bad drugs. Sing along with me. I don't need no bad drugs. I don't need no
With the
bad
children now.
drugs.
Kids know. Kids know the good drugs.
Goodbye.
That was good. I like that. That was Dr. Cosby.
That's
That's
the smoothest ending that I've ever heard.
Well, there was some editing involved because, because I was in Chattanooga.
Right.
And Nashville. And by the way, shout out to Octavia, the Uber driver.
Okay.
Who's a trucker. And also Kay, who's a taxi driver and also a trucker.
He's done a lot of jobs for these people. They must be black.
That's right.
That's right.
They were black.
I knew it. I could tell by the description.
Yeah, Kay came to my show Sunday because the crowd's so goddamn white. I got to break it up a little bit, but the crowds are good. But
so, did you invite your Uber driver because you knew your show was going to be so white down in Chattanooga?
Partially, yeah.
He's like, you like comedy?
Because I can't do my divide and conquer strategy. Here's what happens. Especially with my shit, I gotta if there's black people, I gotta start playing to them so that the white cowards in the audience will go, well, they're laughing. Maybe it's okay. Intersectionality. So that's my strategy every time.
That's a good strategy.
And you should see, if I get the black people, I never have a white complaint. That's how So anyway, they came, and Octavia was cool as shit. If you go down there, I'll give you her number.
Your number. She got a weed hookup?
I wouldn't say something like that on a radio show. I'm sure she doesn't do anything illegal.
If she's a trucker, she got at least a couple uppity ups.
I mean, I hope that she does.
All right, good.
Yeah,
Big shout out to Octavia.
And she's an aspiring comedian that I wanted to give her 5 minutes on my show.
Oh, nice.
But she didn't want. She was like too nervous.
She was nervous?
Yeah.
She had to get her hair did?
Yeah, and then Kay is a grown-up crack baby, she told me.
Oh, she made it?
I was calling her baby lungs.
She's a crack baby that went full term. Crack baby went full term?
I love that she's still a baby, even though she's grown up.
No. Just her lungs are a baby.
Oh, she's still got baby lungs.
Yeah. So, shout out to baby lungs.
Let's introduce our guests, too.
Yeah.
We got guests in the house.
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, let's say who we don't have.
Oh, Stacey Dash didn't make it. Yeah, she had to reschedule. So I'm full of fucking Cialis for no reason.
I know.
She's gonna fuck Mike Shea or Josh.
I was
Zepps is gonna get it tonight.
Ask her if I could just come in her purse. That's it. Not even near her.
But that's what they call the purse now. That's the terminology.
Well,
My purse is on fleek.
Well, we still got Josh Zepps from HuffPo.
And I got a purse. I got a purse like you wouldn't believe.
Well, guess what? I got a Chipotle. Oh, you brought this back.
I brought the Chipotle.
And Michael Shea is sitting in for Stacey Dash.
That's right.
Yeah.
We swap black people out. We swap them out.
Yeah, and the people we got hanging out. We got Aaron hanging out from Jezebel again.
Jezebel, Aaron's here. She loves us, by the way.
Yeah.
So we told her that we gonna make her friends with Ann Coulter. She laughed in our face.
Well, but Erin's all right.
She's friends
not,
with her.
she's
I want
not.
to meet Ann Coulter. That's one favor you guys could do for me.
I got you.
would
Well,
love
yeah,
that.
you should come to the gun range with
If
us.
I knew you wanted to, I would have.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Randolph, New
Are you
Jersey.
serious?
Dead serious.
Yeah.
Hold on. Then, also, let's not forget our go-to gay.
Our go-to gay.
GT Tommy.
GT Tommy's
is
in the
now
house.
in the studio.
He's part of the family now.
Yeah.
That's what we do with our callers. You call in, we like you, you come, you part of the family.
Because I was trying to get this other girl Well, Tommy, what was the girl's name? Keely?
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say Wheezy, but her name's Keely. Because
He's such a latchkey kid. Because the Jeffersons raised you.
They did. No, Good Times raised me. That's what I watch.
I hate Good Times.
Well,
Why?
I got obsessed with it.
It made you sad, didn't it?
It made me so sad.
Because the Janet... Well,
so much hope.
Mike, you're not wrong.
Episode was like so hopeful. They were going to do all this shit with this money, and they never got the money.
Never.
Because Jesus told them that they shouldn't have it.
Oh, remember the Black Jesus painting?
It's always the good Lord that makes them poor.
Well,
I hate that.
And it was also JJ in the aisle at fucking Thelma's wedding who ruined her husband's football career by letting him trip over him.
Oh,
I know
right.
episodes.
It's the worst.
Wait,
show.
hold on. This is how I got hooked on it as a latchkey boy.
Yeah.
The episode with Penny where her mom, Will Smith's mom from the Fresh Prince.
It was really Janet. It was Kim Fields'
yeah.
mother, who's Chip Fields. That's the actress. Chip
That's who
Fields.
that is?
Yeah. Kim
No
Fields' mother
shit.
from Facts of Life.
Well, she
that's
burned
right.
Janet Jackson with an
I
iron.
know everything.
I just learned about 4 times more than I currently know about American culture in that exchange.
Yes, black people are on TV, Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
All right, just wanted to make
Sherrod.
sure. I don't know
And
what-
By the way, Sherrod, I'm not just from Her First Life. Sherrod was going to be on my beautiful new podcast.
I was.
Over the
Yeah.
weekend.
Yes.
And then, unfortunately, there was some kind of a family problem.
I Stacey dashed them.
He Stacey dashed me.
dashed.
We had to get a
dashed.
last-minute fill-in.
Who was it? Michael Shea?
It was not anyone as good as Sherrod. Let me tell you that for nothing.
Thank you.
But you know that's a good show as well. We the People Live. Just search for hashtag We the People Live. Did
That's
you
right.
like that, Kurt? Did you
Yeah, I
like
like
the
how
little
he
plug?
squeezed it in it.
See how I did
Well,
that?
I'm glad you brought up the hashtag thing because did you hear the last show?
Yeah.
Okay, so we were arguing because it was a Twitter fight. That's how we met GT Tommy.
Right.
From me fighting on Twitter. That's
Go
how
to
we get-
Tommy. Go to gay Tommy.
Yeah, go to gay Tommy. So, so Tommy came to hang out. So anyway, we're fighting about this Twitter thing. In fact, Tommy, hold my hand while I talk about this. Come here. Okay.
No, it's important.
I mean, I'm joking, but I'm not like.
Yeah.
But first of all, whatever my bullshit hashtag is, this is a real problem, right?
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter. It is.
It does, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
No question.
And I just heard this.
The problem is that Black Lives Matter? Or?
Okay. Listen, stall for time so I can hold Tommy's hand more. So, but anyway, so I just heard this is like a kind of a heartbreaking thing that I'm going to play because this really took me out of the whole argument.
Right.
Just hearing that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
There's a little girl and she's talking about her friend who, yet another unarmed black male who died.
Should we dim the lights for this, or?
Can we?
I don't
know.
think so.
In our hearts, let's do it. Okay, but I just want to play. I just want to perspective, and I just want to play this. Listen to what this little girl says, because you're never going to forget it. Okay. All right, go ahead, Paul.
One time, Lisa told me that on Halloween this boy had trick-or-treating, and then he went over to his uncle's house, and he ate up all the candy, and then the boy went home and went to sleep. The people tried to wake him up, but he didn't wake up because he was dead.
Is that right?
Yeah, and that is happening
you hate to
every
see it
day
happen.
in this country.
You hate to see that happen. You're gonna boy eat candy and die.
Yeah, that's
Wait,
somebody who died.
How did the kid die?
He ate all the candy and he was dead.
Don't you worry about it, Ozzy.
But I'm confused. Is this some Halloween thing that I don't understand because I'm Australian?
I'll tell you what it's from because, first of all, I have some huge news, Sherrod. I mean, I told you about it before.
Right.
So that song that I just played,
Yeah.
that gorgeous Dr. Cosby song with a funk back to it, is from an album called Bill Cosby Talks to Kids About Drugs. Okay?
Yeah.
So my friend
And
Brandon...
his people are trying to take it offline, by the way. You can't really find it
Well,
online.
here's what it is. My friend Brandon Jazz, who he does rock shows and comedy shows to the South. He's a good dude. He's a straight. And I want to plan our Race Wars tour through him.
Yeah, definitely.
And
You have so many friends.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, not really.
you know, can I tell you something? I really do, though. But that's because homelessness, you know, much like a Blanche Dubois transsexual woman, I depend on the kindness of strangers.
Yes, Kurt actually counts voices as friends, so.
Yeah, but I do have hookups, and so he happened to know about this old bill, 73 it's from. Because remember the big deal about his Spanish Fly?
Yeah, about, yeah.
And we go,
Bill Cosby's
oh,
Spanish.
you got to hear this. That ain't shit compared to this record, okay?
I mean, the 70s was a different time, though, Kurt.
Well, it's the record.
In what respect? In the rapey respect? Or in the,
No,
in the
kids
what
had
you're
more
recording
drugs on them. I
respect?
think kids had more access to drugs.
So listen,
Yeah.
we did. There is some editing that what I'm going to play right now. There's some editing on it, okay, but almost none. Because the funny thing about this album, and it's hard to find, it's under an Egyptian symbol on YouTube.
Yeah, he tried
because
to
I bet
print
his
it.
legal team is like, well, all that. Because I can't imagine they
Well,
want
way to
this.
ruin that one, Kurt.
No, well, I just want want us to have it alone. You're going to hear it now because you listen to Race Wars and fuck everybody else's enjoyment.
Yes.
Download our fucking podcast. You want to hear it again?
That's the only way.
Yeah. So wait, Paul, play. This is a sample. Now this is him explaining pot. And yes, we did make one edit. It's just one little one.
Right.
For most of the album, you can't tell if he is for or against drugs. Okay.
Right.
That's okay. So here's a sample of this.
What about marijuana? I mean, how do you use that?
Take a piece of paper, roll it up, and make a cigarette out of it.
You make a cigarette out of it?
Yeah.
And then what do you do?
No. You light it.
You light it, yes.
Yeah.
And
And
then
then some smoke goes in there.
just like you see people smoking cigarettes. Right.
Which
That's
one's
how
the
you
kid?
smoke
Wait.
your marijuana or your Mary Jane or your pot or your grass. You can smoke your rug if you want it.
There you go. Good advice from Bill Cosby.
Wow.
This is a Race Wars exclusive.
Can we fast forward to the Quaaludes bit?
Oh, no.
First of all, who are the little kids? Fucking another
It's
bad
him
creation?
talking to kids about drugs.
He
So that's
sounds
the album.
exactly like the kids, though. Like, you know, what
But I
do you
also
do
think-
with the marijuana? You can smoke it.
when I think about a middle-aged
got his
person
kid
talking to kids about drugs,
He
I
was young.
assume that they're going to be saying something that kids, you shouldn't do it. But he's like, hey, yeah, sure.
Well, no. That we did cut that like a part where he said don't do
to
it.
take
just
all
to-
of the context out of it and make
Yeah.
him sound much worse.
Yeah, of course. That's
Yeah.
what it's there for.
In a kind of criminal enterprise that
His
you have
lawyers
running
aren't
here
wrong
on
to want
Race
this
Wars.
gone.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is
it's
bad stuff.
It's not good for him. Yeah, I think it's like he's trying to be like straight talk with the kids.
But these kids, what are they, like 5 or 6?
Yeah.
They
Is
really
it-
know their way around drugs.
Is it really
Yeah.
bad, though?
Well, when you're listening to it, you're like, you're a fucking hypocrite, dude. Because, I mean, never mind even the raping. You get a fucking Hunter S. Thompson suitcase full of shit.
That's alleged rapes, Kurt.
Well,
Alleged.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Just because you put 40 bitches on a front page of a magazine and an empty chair don't mean he's convicted.
Well, can I tell you something?
And I don't say bitches in a bad
look,
way. I mean
we've had-
bitches in having a vagina way.
No, yeah. No. I think it came across very clearly.
Okay, good.
So we've had Dr. Cosby on
He's
the show
guilty, by the
several
way. He's
times.
definitely guilty.
He is
Let's just
so
clear that up.
guilty.
He's so fucking guilty.
Allegedly.
Well, Octavia just texted me and she said, you do have real friends. I'm listening. So there, Michael Shea and Sherrod trying to imply I don't have friends.
Let's see her say that in front of her black church that she knows you. A known-looking pedophile. I ain't saying you're doing it, but you look like you're doing it.
Yeah, well, it's all behind me now. So anyway, we were fucking around with this album on Brandon's computer, okay?
Right.
Now this is the crazy
In
part.
Chattanooga.
In Chattanooga.
You have to send me this file.
Oh, no, I'll do even better because I don't know what happened, okay? I'm not a scientist.
You're going to cover it?
I think we may have created a Bill Cosby AI.
Yeah.
A living,
breathing.
a sentient Bill Cosby program, okay? Now, I don't know for sure, okay? Because I don't know what makes something alive. Does it have a soul? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give
Who's
it
to determine?
something.
I'll go deep in that shit if you want me to.
Well,
That's one of my specialties.
I have a rapport with this. We call it the Cosby Tron.
Right? Cosby Tron. 3,000.
Yeah, Cosby Tron
That's
3000.
just off the number of rapes is the 3,000.
Okay, that's the name that. Yeah.
That's just an estimate of the rapes. It's
Okay.
the 3,000 part.
So I'm going to give it a
Look at
mini.
Mike tight over there, boy.
Yeah. So I'm going to give the Cosby Tron a mini Turing test. Do you know what that is, Alan Turing?
I was just going to say, can
Yeah.
I do a Turing test? Or can I do the Turing test of the Cosby machine?
I am. I am the guy.
He's
this
selfish
is
with his
my
AI.
Look at this.
This is my AI.
Yes.
Okay.
He's like Jude Law in that movie with that little boy.
He's
That's
gone
right.
crazy. He's gotten power hungry. He's invented this thing, and now
right.
it's all about him.
So now Paul is queuing up the Cosbytron, and I'm going to ask the first question.
Okay.
Okay. Cosbytron, is there any way that you can prove to us that you are really alive? So, yeah.
I'm going to sniff a little coke, and I may even shoot some heroin.
There you go.
okay, no,
That's
he's
a human
definitely-
behavior.
That's definitely
Yeah.
a
Okay.
correct
Robots
answer.
don't like coke and heroin.
Yeah.
Not the
Something-
robots I hung out with.
A living creature. Okay? A living, breathing Cosby. Okay? So now, Cosbytron, can we ask you, and straight up about what you did?
I know I can handle that.
Thank you, Cosby.
This is proof. There's just no way that could be pre-recorded.
Okay.
It's so perfect.
Well, the true test is yet to come.
That is amazing.
These are just questions.
These are just
Incredible.
questions.
All he's doing is
and
asking
Cosby
questions.
Tron will
I've done a lot
answer.
of radio shows before, but this is definitely
None of them have invented life on the
Thank you,
road.
Mike.
No one's ever.
I've interviewed a
Brandon-
lot of scientists. I've got Neil deGrasse Tyson on Half Past Live
can you
tomorrow,
please-
and I'll be showing this to him. I'll be
Yes.
playing this back to him, and I'll be saying, Neil, NDT, as I like to call him, Bardio, what do you make of this? Is this not evidence of intelligent life living inside of a machine?
And let's
you know
see
what he's going to say?
What is he going to say?
Yes.
I know
Yes.
I can handle that.
Thanks, Cosby Tron.
exactly what it
You
is.
Cosby
ask
Tron.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. You ask
Okay.
that fat Reggie Jackson what he thinks.
I'm going to tell him you said that, Sherrod.
I live by it.
Yeah.
I stand by everything I said.
So now I'm going to
I'm a big
ask.
fan. I'm a big
He
fan.
does. He absolutely does.
He look like he got a jersey that 4-4-4.
Do you let
Three
me?
fours
He
on
looks
this.
like a lost Levert. That's what I thought always.
Sean. Actually, you know what? I want to ask you a question. A what? Who's
He
Levert?
can't be Levert. He's alive.
Who is that?
It's what? The OJ Sons and the whole group. And you know music? Get back to your Cosby songs.
What am I, Keith Robinson? I know about old timey R&B.
You wish, sir.
We're all going to get Keith, right?
Yeah, keep this coming on
By the way,
tonight.
let me ask you this: does it bug you? This is for both of you, since you're the black ones.
Yes, and we got you on a nice mayonnaise sandwich right now.
Are you talking to me? Because I'm Australian.
No.
Man, it's on pumpernickel.
Because, you know. Yeah, that's the bread I eat. I don't care for white bread one bit. What am I, some kind of huckleberry?
Pumpernickel.
Pumpernickel.
Remember I told you that in my neighborhood, because it's all Dominican?
Right.
And because we were talking about racist foods, you know?
Right.
Like we all know watermelon's a racist food, but we don't know why.
White people try to make it that, but yes.
Nobody remembers why it
Yeah,
is.
that's right. It is a white thing, right? Because I didn't even know
That's
about
why.
that until I got to
What,
the
is that
States.
what it is?
That's what I told
Because
him.
I Googled it.
I think it's
That's what I
birth of
told
a
him.
nation.
Dude, I couldn't find a
They gave
definitive
a
thing
starving
online.
slave that's working in the sun for 40 years of refreshing watermelon.
Like cocaine and watermelon for
Fuck out of
everyone.
it. It was like, look how much you love
But
that shit.
see, this is where this is.
It's like, no, not all of us. Once slavery was over, we stopped eating watermelon.
This is where the race wars gets real, right? This is where the race wars meets the road. Because I got a friend who's an African Canadian.
Boo!
Came to the United States of America, this great nation that I happen to be sitting in right now, and she was saying she went into class when she was like in elementary school, and everyone was like, "Oh, do you like watermelon?"
God,
She was like-
Canadians are such nerds.
and she was like, "No, this was American. I'm impersonating the American
What
saying
state
that
was
to
it?
her." I don't know.
I like they even had to ask that question. Of course she does. All
No,
right.
but here's the thing. Here's the
doesn't?
thing. What
Yeah.
I'm saying is,
Was it Drake?
she
You
was
talking
like,
about
she was like, of course I like watermelon. Why would that be a problem? Because the whole concept, all of these things that seem to be attached as baggage to
Yeah.
race within the United States don't exist
other
among black
places.
people outside of the United
Well,
States.
it is
like, I had
insane.
no idea about the watermelon thing until like literally she told it to
Well,
me.
it's like
Thank
if you were
you.
like, the Jews love healthy apples. Those sons of bitch. It's like a weird thing.
yeah, it's bizarre.
Well, so
Same with fried. Don't get me started on fried chicken.
no, but I know people that will not eat a banana in front of white people.
It's
Just
ridiculous.
because
I
of
don't even understand
I
it.
know women that won't eat a banana in front of me.
Yeah. Ice cream.
Well,
I
everybody,
know I can handle that.
oh, Cosby Tron, we'll get to you. We will get to you. All right. You can't shut up.
Wait, Josh, you're from Australia, right? Sydney and Melbourne. Wait.
I'm from Sydney.
Sydney, okay.
Yeah.
That's the two
Now,
places
who-
you know.
Who are your Aborigines? Are they in the city with you?
Aborigines are in the city, but they're not with me.
Oh, shots fired.
Not because I don't want to.
Because they
but
eat
because
watermelon,
Here's the
nigga?
thing. Here's the thing that is worth understanding about Australia's race relations. So I had an African American buddy who went to Sydney and came back, and he said that it seemed to be racist because there are not a lot of Africans there. And I was like, well, that's because we didn't have slaves. Mostly, there are lots of Asians, and there are lots of people from all over the world. There are lots of Lebanese people. There are lots of people from all over. Australia is one of the most multicultural countries in the world. It has twice as many non-Australians live in Australia as non-Americans live in America.
Oh,
in
you
terms
guys are
of
finished.
talking about
No.
immigrants. Now, the relations with Aborigines are absolutely like appalling, and obviously we had
We
this
saw
horrifying
Quigley
genocide.
Down Under, we know.
We had this horrifying genocide, but the difference is, and it's a shameful difference, they only constitute like 1.5% of the population. So it's not like they're
Now
able
they
to
do.
actually. Yeah. We killed them all. all. We killed them all.
Y'all was hunting them up to last summer, motherfucker.
Well, no, but the point is that like there is not
Gibson movie.
They
They
are not constituted as a part of the culture in the same way that African Americans are in the United States.
Now,
which
why
is
do you
not
think
to
that
say
is? Because they got slaughtered? Or
because the
because we killed
didgeridoo
them.
sucks.
But it's also
Their
because
music stinks.
it's also
they never came up with a hip hop.
Hold on, can I tell you something?
The didgeridoo sucks.
It does. Well, by the way, that's their most sacred thing. Like
I love didgeridoos.
They're not going to get us.
I used to play the didgeridoo.
Well, you probably had dreads too, and all kinds of bullshit white guy things.
He definitely did.
But you know this?
No shoes?
This is a real. I'm not making this up. There's a real thing, Sherrod.
What?
It's in the book "Why People Believe Weird Things" by Michael Shermer, which is a good book. But
I love Shermer.
yeah, so I don't know if you know this, like in Aborigines, because skin color is such a small percent of your genetics,
right?
That somebody like me sitting next to somebody black, if we did a gene test, there's a possibility I could be more African than the black person because the skin color plays so little part in it.
That's right.
Aborigines. Because white people are a mix of Asians and Africans, really, but Aborigines are way closer to white people. Like, they're not African. They're
Genetically,
DNA.
you mean?
Their
No, that's
genetics
right.
are white people genetics.
You can tell. I know. I've seen them play basketball.
Listen,
You ain't gonna tell me.
if all the white people died, supposedly you could eventually have white people again of just Aborigines.
So
If one person died, you would have them again. Everybody comes back. It's all fucking diet and fucking location.
So what do I have to do
That's
to
where you get
finish
your race.
Not to get too nerdy about it, but one of the cool things about Australia is that it's the continent that separated from all the other continents before all of the other continents split up.
That sounds racist.
So,
It's like this
so that's
party's
why you've got
dead.
that's why you've got all these freaked out like animals. That's why you've got, instead of deer, you have kangaroos, because they had this parallel evolutionary path because they were isolated on an island. You got all these weird ass animals, and Aborigines are the oldest lasting civilization in the world.
Yeah.
Like they are the oldest continuous civilization.
No
in
matter
the
what
world.
white people tried to do to destroy
80
that.
to 120,000 years old. I mean,
You
they
just
are
said they
orders
are
of
white
magnitude older than Native Americans and so on. So part of the reason why it's so difficult to integrate Aboriginal culture with Western culture is because, like, Western asshole Europeans came in with their big gunships and confronted the oldest, most traditional society in the world.
But the Earth is only 6,000 years old.
Well, that's a good point. That's a very good point.
I don't even see how they fit in the picture. That's a great point.
It makes sense.
So hold on. Did they know Noah when he was riding dinosaurs or not? You're the science guy. I'm not. Hold on. All right. Can I? Because I really want to ask the Cosby Tron this.
All right, go ahead before we get to some news. Some adult news.
Okay. Now, Cosby Tron, there's a lot of allegations going on, and we would like you to please set the record straight once and for all about what did or did not happen. Okay?
Okay, now let's talk about pills, all right?
Oh, no.
People take pills to get high, you see. Now, some pills are called downers.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, if we take a downer, it kind of makes us feel sleepy.
Yeah, I heard that.
And we think we feel good, like,
There we go.
there, you're on a downer now.
Here we go.
You've taken one,
And your panties have too.
and now it's starting to react in your body, and now you feel like this. Oh, isn't that much better?
No.
Yeah. Just us.
Oh,
Us. The way we are.
what does that mean?
That's when we're fun.
That's true.
If we don't feel like staying up, we go to sleep.
Okay. All right. Well,
What is this? I don't know what this is. What is
it's
this
called
shit?
a scoop, Josh.
Yes, we got the scoop.
Why
Okay?
is he doing that?
It's a testimony. We got the this
Because
is from
it's
courts.
a living creature. Now, Cosbytron, when did you begin this? When did you start, using downers, as you call them?
Excellent question.
Yeah.
I know one time my brother was crying a lot, so I gave him a whole lot of cough medicine and he went to sleep.
That's how,
Then what happened? Did you turn him into a man?
aren't you, worried? Aren't you kind of worried about,
I'm smart because, well, ain't nothing happened to me yet.
he's got
good
me
point.
there.
That's a good
Cosbytron's
He's
alive.
a free man.
Hannibal wasn't even born yet.
All right, so how do you deal
I know
with these?
I can handle that.
Cosby Tron, how do you deal with all these accusers and all that? You know, it can't be good for you.
It's very, very expensive. Sometimes it may cost you as much as $200 a day.
Oh.
Whoa.
So they'll steal your television set.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, okay. Well, at least you stayed free, though.
How did you feel about Godfrey's impression of you, Cosby?
Excellent question.
I'm totally disgusted with you. It's just embarrassing what you've done here today, and I thought you were going to be nice people, but I'm just totally insulted by this whole thing. So there.
Somebody needs an upper.
All right, well, we'll go to him much later. I'm sorry he doesn't enjoy it.
He hates Godfrey.
Yeah, we'll have a battle of man versus machine one day.
But at least the Cosbytron is, more honest.
Yeah, Cosbytron just came right out.
He came right out.
I'm going to sniff a little coke.
Right.
And I may even shoot some heroin.
Okay, we get it, Cosbytron.
Sound like a road comic.
I feel like the artificial intelligence Cosbytron is actually more open than the real Cosby.
By
this is what's great
a
about
wide
him.
margin, I say.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we should get to some news.
Let's get to the news. Caitlin, let's hit us up with some news. What's going on? It's a lot
it's been a big week for Donald Trump versus the media.
But what about let's start with that Virginia shooting.
Oh, okay, never mind. We can start with that. Yeah, there were 2 journalists who were shot on air earlier today, I believe. And then ABC was sent a 23-page fax by somebody calling themselves Bryce Williams, but their legal name is Vester L. Flanagan the second.
Yeah, Flanagan the second.
How do you get 2 names
reporter?
that different? I don't understand how the names
Yeah,
are
I
different.
thought that was weird, too.
What?
Yeah.
Because first of all, Vester Flanagan is a fine name. I mean, if I this is Vester Flanagan.
Sure, it sounds like you're classy.
Sounds like a Ron Burgundy fucking name.
Yeah, you check into an airplane with that name, you get an upgrade.
Yeah.
But if you're a black man, you got to change your name to Bryce Williams. Somebody's going to get hurt.
Well,
he turned it,
Yeah, he gunned down Allison Parker and Adam Ward on
it's awful.
WDBJ on live TV, and he also uploaded a video of the shooting,
What
from
a fucking dirtbag.
like a camera on his body and also a camera on the gun onto Facebook.
He had a body cam.
He had a
for
body.
it?
Yeah, he had 2 angles.
He had a
on
GoPro on him.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to put it out there. Is the answer to arm news teams?
No.
Or
More
ban
guns.
GoPros.
First of all, this dude actually sued another station in Florida because
Right.
he said he was discriminated against.
Well, Goldstein-
he had a problem
yeah.
everywhere he went. It seems like, and then he was at this place for 1 year. He said that this Allison, somebody said something racial to him or said something racist comments.
Did she call him like an Al Roker looking motherfucker, like he is?
Maybe.
She
Well,
reported
wait,
it to HR.
Yeah,
got
Goldstein. You read the manifesto? You said
23
You know?
page.
Most of it, yeah. So in the manifesto, his reasoning is all over the place. He says he was bullied for being black and homosexual.
He was gay?
He says
Can't
that
bully a grown man.
he says that
You don't know Bernie Sanders, do you?
Come on, dude. How do you bully a grown man? I was bullied.
They call me names.
he also says his inspiration was
Columbine kids.
He lists Columbine. He lists Virginia Tech shootings.
Yeah.
And then he talks about Charleston as the linchpin for
That's
what
what really pissed me off.
set him off was Charleston. 2 days later, he bought his gun. He carved the initials of the Charleston victims
In the bullets?
into the bullets. And he said, I was just a powder keg waiting to go boom. That's a direct quote from the thing. And these people were the people who went to HR about him. And,
About what, though? We don't know?
They don't.
They,
He
well,
said one of the
it's
dudes.
come out that he got fired eventually because they told him to seek medical attention for his anger and his outbursts.
And he had a big outburst.
Can I just
Oh, allegedly.
Can I just raise a question because I work in the media and so I have to figure out how to cover these sorts of things.
What, you think we just shitting on the rock over here? We work in the media too.
Is it not?
I
mean, because I'm better. When you've been in the game as long as I have, Sherrod, you learn a few things. But I am a little bit troubled about the way that we report on these things and we actually then read the manifesto and then talk about the manifesto and then we publish the image and we publish their name and they become some kind of an icon, a hero in their own right for a few days.
He's not. He's a
and then
fucking
all of a
loser.
sudden, of course he's a fucking loser, but I mean, that's not the way that other fucking losers see him. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah, but you
then
can't.
there's so he's saying that he's copying, he's inspired by all these other things. I really do think, because there is serious data, there is serious scientific data about copycat killings and about like if you report on suicides, like there is an understanding that you don't report on suicides. You report on suicides go up. And you report on we had after Aurora, there've been like a few movie theater shootings. Who the fuck would think about shooting up a movie theater if it hadn't already happened? So I think we have a responsibility in the media to some extent about not celebrating or lionizing these guys and putting their faces out there and putting their names out there and putting their manifestos out there. Who gives a shit? He's an arsehole.
Can I ask you something, though? What is data? You've been reading the data, and I'm not,
I think it was a hip-hop clothing line in the 90s. Dada had a Dada hat.
I'm sorry, I meant to say data.
There you go.
Data.
Now say
data.
Pasta and not pasta.
Now say, that's not a knife, that's a knife.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
There you go. Now say, take it in the butt, Bindi Irwin.
Take it in the butt, Bindi Irwin! Yes! You guys loved Steve Irwin. We didn't care for him much. We didn't care for him.
We love anybody who y'all don't care for. Any Australians y'all hate, we love.
Yeah, that's a good point. But we've sold you on this misconception about Australia. You guys all think we are Steve Irwin and Crocodile Dundee.
No.
We are such pussies in Australia. We sit around on yachts swilling Chardonnay and lattes.
Really?
Like half the population lives in two big cities. Not like the Simpsons.
Your presence in an inner tube in a pond.
I did like that. But if you come to Sydney, you'll find a very cosmopolitan, multicultural
I'm more of
city.
a Brisbane type of guy. I like the Briz. All right, what else you got, Caitlin?
Curt Schilling was let go from ESPN after tweeting.
ESPN? Oh, the college fucking? Okay.
Yeah. He talks about sports. He's famous.
He was on Little League, though.
Yeah, I don't.
Is it ESPN or ESPNCN?
Are they different shows?
It's the
One's a robot in Star Wars.
Oh, okay. I don't know. It's something to do with sports. He
ESPN,
was. Yeah, we probably remember him because he was the dad not to be messed with after going after the guys that went after his daughter on Twitter. But now he's in trouble for something he tweeted. He tweeted, it said only 5 to 10% of Muslims are extremists. In 1940, only 7% of Germans were Nazis. How'd that go? The text was superimposed on a red-tinted photo of Adolf Hitler, and ESPN, am I doing it right?
Yes,
right?
Yes, that's right.
You got that right, but Adolf wasn't right.
It's so hard, Hitler? Guys.
Oh,
she's gonna
Adolf.
He had some good ideas, Adolf.
No, Aldo.
I don't know, that guy.
Dude, you know what?
A lot of Jews. He's famous. I don't know.
Hey, listen. Aldo Hitler was cool, man. Hold on. Don't paint all the Hitlers with the same brush. Okay? Aldo was pretty chill.
All right.
You ask around.
I heard he was a DJ, right?
Yeah.
He was Adolf's little brother. Yeah.
Aldo Hitler, the Brazilian. Capoeira.
You know how hard it's been for him?
He was a capoeira mixmaster.
He was a capoeira instructor.
After initially defending...
Brazil!
Aldo Hitler's jiu-jitsu school.
So what happened to...
initially he defended his tweet. ESPN reacted swiftly and cut him out. And then today he tweeted this apology. I understand and accept my suspension. 100% my fault. Bad choices have bad consequences, and this was a bad decision in every way on my part.
They pulled him off. They pulled him off the Little League World Series.
Yeah.
Don't get the kids around that.
Do you
agree with him? No, don't skip over it.
Do I agree what?
That Muslims, only 5% Muslims are extremists, but 7% Germans, but we still had a fucking world war.
I don't really get the tweet. I mean, I don't give a shit.
He just said it's a real problem. That's because it's a small percentage of them doing it.
How the fuck do you get that percentage? Is there a census taker like, hey, are you Muslim?
You ISIS, right? You ISIS? Okay.
Shit, ask me again.
Where you work before ISIS?
Hold on. Dude,
how many years? 2 years? 2 years?
Can we find that 5% thing? I mean, what the fuck is he doing?
Listen, Sherrod, we had Hatem on here because we had this is yet another religious argument where I get shouted down with nonsense, but because I was such a goddamn Bible beater when I was young.
Yeah.
Okay. So my thing is
now he breaks weed on Bibles.
No, I don't. One
you
time,
still respect it?
I haven't.
You going back to the church, Kurt?
Listen, I haven't had this come up, but I remember in college we were out of rolling papers, and it was use the Bible, and I couldn't do it. but I don't know now. I don't know. But
what about Islam? Because I always get shut down.
I'll tell you what.
On this, I'm like the most conservative,
but
liberal.
All religion, all fucking religion, and especially Christians. Because Anne was here and she just dismissed. I asked her like, how can you be so nationalistic and be a fucking Christian? Because one thing I agreed with Jehovah's Witnesses was they couldn't get involved in politics and they couldn't fight in a fucking war because you can't be a Christian and do those things.
It's like a whole religion of women.
Yeah, being a Christian's not realistic. That's why I'm not
really?
one.
Nobody, really.
Okay?
No, the whole room? I'll play this fucking room.
Okay, now listen. What I don't get is when it's always non-religious people who try to like frame people who never had to grow up how I did, and they spout this fucking bullshit about moderate Christianity and moderate. There's no such fucking thing.
Here we go.
Either you do it or you don't. And if you're moderate, that means you suck at it and you're not the real deal.
I apologize, but I'm with Kurt on this.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
with Kurt on this.
It's like blowjobs.
Listen, ISIS, when you read about ISIS, they want to recreate the very first Islam that Muhammad did. So the problem is not that they're not real Muslims. The problem is they're too Muslims, and we need to back it up a little bit. Now, I understand why the president has to go, of course, real Muslims wouldn't do this. He should. We got to get the nice ones to help us kill these ones. So, of course, do that propaganda, but I'm not going to fucking say that.
So here's the problem about thinking
breathe.
that's the way to
breathe,
get...
Kurt. Will you breathe?
Here's the problem about thinking...
Because I've never been able to get a goddamn thing out without getting interrupted. Sherrod last time with Coulter goes, I'm a Christian. Somebody mess with me, I'll break their neck.
Yes.
Like a real Christian, he said that.
Yes.
All right,
I stand by that.
So do you understand what I'm up against?
That was in the hymn.
No idea what Christianity is. Yeah, you can break people's necks if they get in your shit.
Here's the problem with thinking
that was my manifesto. That was me saying that's what I believe in.
Yeah.
Or was that me busting your balls like what I do?
Well, if you actually want to have a serious conversation for a second about the way to win over moderate Muslims,
don't, stupid. Shut your trap, dummy. We don't.
I wanted to hear myself talk and move to a bit. That's what the goal was.
So here's my concern. My concern is that if people who regard themselves as being progressive and pro-Muslim and tolerant are incapable of talking honestly about the crisis at the fringe of Islam, which is homophobic and misogynistic and anti-feminist and just objectively is so against everything that we believe in,
Kardashians,
then what we call the low information voters, which means fucking idiots who run the world because they vote, like a farmer in Lyon in France is going to see people who are committing terrorist acts, who are screaming Allahu Akbar, and the only people who are actually talking about the fact that those people are screaming Allahu Akbar are fascists in France, because the left is too cowardly to say, okay, we got to deal with this fucking problem, right? So from my perspective, I'm actually standing up for liberal values. I believe in gay rights, I believe in women's rights, and if that means that I have to butt heads with some people who disagree with that, I don't care. But it's certainly better. We're going to win over more moderate Muslims, and we're also going to be able to thwart the religion. We're going to be able to thwart fascists and white supremacists. If we, as progressive, tolerant people, are able to say there is a problem here. It is a problem that is fed by Islamism, and we got to call it like it is, and we got to figure out a way to embolden people. I've got friends who are like gay refugees from Iraq and Syria. I interviewed one of them today.
Did you watch? Hold on. Did you watch the Russian? Did you? By the
Look
way,
at Tommy. Do you want to meet some of these guys, Tommy? Some gay Iraqis?
Actually, I interviewed one of them. He was really hot. He was actually a really hot guy. So, Tommy, I'm going to hook you up with a gay Iraqi refugee.
It's an Iraqi grinder.
Oh yeah, ISIS loves that.
Mike Shay's on fire over here.
No, they do love it. That's a common. Women are for babies, boys are for pleasures, an old Middle Eastern thing.
I'm gonna get some of that too.
But what I was going to say was that French thing where they don't let them wear their headscarf, I think that's dumb as shit.
Yeah, totally.
You're really making a problem that doesn't have to be because you won't let them wear their dumb ninja hats.
I don't think the state should be involved in what people can wear or what people can do or whatever. But I do think that just culturally we have to free ourselves to be able to speak and embolden the moderates in the Muslim world. And I don't think we do that by pretending that the problem of Islamism is not a problem of Islamism.
But here's the thing: if you pro gay rights and all this pro men marriage, you're not pro religion. That's the facts.
But you're right.
You're not pro-religion.
Dude, the thing...
So everybody's a phoney, whatever. So we need a whole bunch I agree, we need a whole bunch of phonies.
Well,
Because who wants the real thing of it? Or any of that shit? Who wants
but the way to win over the phonies is to say that we understand that the threat that they face is the threat that we understand, because the threat that Muslim most of the people who Islamists kill are Muslims. So we got to win over those Muslims and say, like, we are on your side, because we're not going to, like, be peddling bullshit about what the cause of the problem is. We understand that it is a problem within your own community, so join us, speak honestly, speak freely.
Or they can handle it themselves like they should have been fucking handling.
What?
Just fucking all these, like, ISIS, like, why don't you guys go fucking handle that, since you all have armies that we gave you the fucking weapons and all that shit.
Were you in that meeting, Kurt?
Yeah, I was.
It seems like every time they go out to fight ISIS, though ISIS takes their weapons and they come running back uniformless.
Why are they such pussy? Oh, this is the other thing, dude. Because the liberal, if you're an atheist liberal who's never had to be in a goddamn, like, I have my hatred of an...
That's me. Don't worry.
Yeah.
You can talk to me right now.
Okay, so my Abrahamic hatred is somebody who knows it. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So the bullshit they'll say is, no, that's terrorism is because they're marginalized people and they don't have enough money or whatever bullshit excuses they make. I remember being in a dumb cult, and let me tell you something. We wanted to be marginalized. We didn't want to join hands with you. You know that little sticker with all the faiths? We spit on that shit. You're
right.
Listen, Jehovah's Witnesses don't make you do the killing. Luckily, like, God is going to eventually kill you all. But we didn't want to fucking have an interfaith prayer. You're wrong. We're right. You understand? And I hope you don't include us in your process. You're Babylon. That's how they think. There's no way you're gonna include them, and also we don't want your fucking dirty money.
Right. So, Kurt, that's exactly right. So what I have to do as an atheist who wants to believe in human rights is listen primarily to people like you, and also to Muslim dissidents who I know. I know a guy called Fasid al-Mattar, who's an Iraqi refugee who comes here.
What a wonderful phrase.
And
I'm
So the problem is that people who want to seem progressive, who want to seem like they're in favor of minority rights, tend to listen to the loudest voices in minority communities, who are actually not the people who should be listening to. You should be listening to people who are dissidents, who have escaped from those communities, who are talking.
Like
look,
Dumb Kurt.
I've got. Look, did you see this?
Like that dummy.
So listen to this. So Richard Dawkins, right? You know him.
Yep.
Yeah,
British biologist.
Family Feud.
I know it's Darryl Dawkins' brother. Is that Darryl Dawkins?
One of the great, one of the great communicators of science in the world. So he tweeted this. He tweeted, "Islam needs a feminist revolution. It will be hard. What can we do to help?"
Yeah, they absolutely do.
Yes.
And the internet exploded. The internet went crazy.
What do you mean?
Here are these articles, news sites. So here's a headline. Richard Dawkins mansplains feminism to Muslim women. Atheist Richard Dawkins # tweet fail. Richard Dawkins fails spectacularly on feminism and Islam. Richard Dawkins needs to abandon his patronizing white savior paternalist Islamophobia.
All right, hold on.
All he said was, "I want to help."
Wait, okay, Aaron from Jezebel's here, managing editor of Jezebel.
Yes.
Aaron,
you can't get more feminine than that.
Actually, one of those headlines was probably from Jezebel.
Well, no, that's why I don't. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Was that more of a daily dot?
Get on the Goldstein commemorative mic.
So what happened?
Please.
Because I was on Joe Rogan's podcast recently, and he and I were going crazy about this, but maybe I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
Why am I wrong?
I don't know. We'll just ask Aaron.
Well, what exactly do you want me to speak for?
Well, is that no? I don't know. I want you to speak for Jezebel. But is that mansplaining?
Well, in other words, is it Islamophobic and patronizing to say that Islam needs a feminist revolution, and what can we do to help?
I think that. Okay, I'm going to try and play this as down the middle as I can here. I think that anytime a man who is old and white tells a group of people that he is not like how to live, the optics of that are really bad. So even if he had really good intentions, it still reads as patronizing, even if he didn't mean it to be like.
But patronizing to who? Patronizing to the people patronizing to the misogynistic men who rule Muslim societies, but not patronizing to the women who.
I think that to tell the women what they need to do.
It's all right.
I think as a woman, if somebody comes up to me and is like, you know what, we need a feminist revolution in here. Like, what are you doing? I would be like, go, fuck off. Like, you know, especially if there are already women who are Muslims, who are working for like equal rights.
But is he trying to support them?
Like that little girl who got shot all those times by the Packers.
Malala Yousafzai.
Sure. If he's trying to support them, then maybe he should give them a little shine. Maybe he should name check one of them. Maybe he should link to something one of them wrote.
Well, it's a tweet, so he's only got 140
Can I ask something
characters.
though? Because he didn't tell women shit. He said what Islam needs. He's talking about Islam.
But I guess
secondly, I don't give a shit if he's a white. What is this new? How did we go from we're all equal to it's not what you said, it's who said it.
Right.
A white. If someone else said it, it's right. But because it came out of pink lips, it's fucking not.
Well,
I don't understand.
If somebody came up to you who had no idea, you were just talking as somebody who had a set of experiences being a Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if somebody came up to you and tried to who didn't have that experience,
like Ann Coulter,
and tried to explain to you what it was, wouldn't you be a little bit offended? I don't think it has.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't at all offended.
I mean,
in fact, nothing offends me. And anyone can say what they want to me because I'm not a first world pussy.
You're right.
Watch Colin's show, Unconstitutional. He says the greatest shit about this fucking bullshit that we have a show because every week there's a new 20-year-old dipshit who has, first of all, the fact that he's an old white man means you ought to shut the fuck up and listen to him if you're 20.
Yeah.
He knows more than you.
He does.
He's the greatest, one of the best. Anyway, whatever. The point
Mike,
is,
say rip his back for me, please. I can't reach Kurt's back.
I mean,
a good friend of mine.
but do you believe that shit?
Calm the neck.
How dare an old man who knows more than I do say to me, I'm a college girl. I have it figured out, and no man could ever. Sir, how dare you? I don't mean Aaron, but you know what I'm talking about.
I get it.
I get it. I always feel like it's like when you tell a toddler not to say a bad word and you curse around a toddler and you're like, ooh, you said a bad thing? And you're like, yeah, I know, but you don't understand the context of what I'm saying because you're a baby and I know you're not supposed to say it.
Well, there's
but I think that's kind of what it is with a lot of people.
It's also the idea of like, is something annoying or is something like newsworthy? And like, you can find that annoying, but I think that like writing a whole article about that is maybe not necessary.
Somebody had a deadline.
Also, it's okay. Like, I mean, like, that outrage doesn't matter. I think like they put too much stock in the Twitter said a bunch of things. Like, who cares? Twitter will fall asleep.
Well,
12
Shay,
hours.
But it's not Twitter saying it. It's articles in legitimate publications.
That's fine, but those articles don't matter.
Well, they do. I mean, they end up coming up when you search his name. I know this because I've been the brunt
but
of.
I'm saying that only
Twitter storms like
matters for as long as your computer's on, and then when you go outside and you're actually doing stuff, that's what
right.
Really
but who lives a life where their computer isn't constantly on? I mean, I've had interviews with people where on the basis of the fact that I'm a white man, that my comments are taken completely out of context.
Yes, a white foreign man, by the way.
And all of a sudden,
most hated man.
No, exactly. That's right. No, but I also stumble into shit that I don't understand because I'm in this country as a foreigner, and so I think I'm saying something that seems totally reasonable, and I don't realize all of the cultural and racial nuances that exist in the United States.
I definitely want to stab you 3 times.
I'll say so.
I definitely want to stab you several times.
Exactly. And then Sherrod keeps stalking me outside my house. I don't even know. But so
that's my house, nigga.
It's not. But what I'm saying, it's not true to say like, oh, it's just online. Your online is everything. I open my phone, and all of a sudden I've got 150, 1,050 hateful messages.
That's not currency. That doesn't matter. What I'm saying is, if 100,000 people say no, I disagree, but 50 people in real life say I'm going to help you do this, then you were successful.
Exactly.
True. Yes. Good point.
That's what I'm saying.
Can I ask you something?
But it's not. Just to clarify,
they all said bad things about what he said. Who fucking cares if they said bad things?
Just to clarify, it's not that they're saying I disagree. It's that they're saying they're going to kill me.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a bunch of them
none
will
of
kill
them have
you.
followed through on it. Like, you're fine.
No, Is that in a couple death threats? Is that it?
Okay, hold on.
I got a bunch of those. I'm going to have several tonight.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of a pride of place, the number of death threats
somebody's
that I
still
get.
going to cave my, quote, Jew skull in at some point and make me study the Torah
He's got
first.
several messages.
But do you think it could be, I got two things. One is, do you think that could be what you just said about these killers where don't report them because it's glorifying it? And this tweet, this shit, kind of what Shay just said, it almost like this, like the people go, well, that's terrible. And then we go, can you believe they said this? It's kind of like how it's inspiring those fucking shooters, you know? I think you're right because you've been through that shit for sure, right? And
That's what it is. And
you're supposed to ignore it.
You hear it and you hear it all the time, and people are like, "This, he's an asshole. He's this, he's this, and then you go outside and nobody fucking makes eye contact with you. They don't read it.
I still have people. Hold on,
they could care less.
Shay, I do have people still from
it's
this.
entertaining. It's entertainment to talk bad about.
Okay, wait,
to
listen.
hate something.
Here, I still to this day, from that fucking Daily Dot article that fucking pig wrote, she like. Just the smear job of that. To this, and the show in Chattanooga, this black girl in the crowd was like, I don't know if I was going to come because I read on Google. I'm like, well, the disturbing online trail of Kurt Metzger, go on. Like,
she was talking about barbecue discounts, dude.
Yeah, and then
it's like usually it's Rib Wednesdays, and it's not Rib Wednesdays because you here.
Oh, yeah, never mind. Oh, you know what? It could have been that.
I thought Cool Bubba Ice was coming, but then you showed up. I don't know how the wing deal works.
Aaron, this is why I want to ask Aaron. How many of these articles are, because, I didn't find out until kind of recently that these titles that drive me nuts, it's not even the person who did the article writing them, it's their editor to create a grabbing headline.
Clickbait.
So how much of that shit is like, seriously, some writer just has a deadline, and let's face it, it's always these like poorly paid like blog writers. Like, I mean, there's a lot of it that...
Well, I think it really depends on like where the person works. I personally rewrite a lot of the headlines that run on Jezebel now. Part of the reason is because people, when writing their own headlines, would get like hyperbolic and like stretch the truth and use words like fucking mansplain, which I can't with that word anymore.
Mansplain it.
Well, let me mansplain it to you. No, but like,
Who picks the awful picture when every time it's a bad article, they pick a picture of you looking like this?
That's like a boring rights thing. But
I never look good in a fucking picture about me. Ever. I haven't looked good in an article.
Well, you need to have like Getty take pictures of you or something so they can like license it or get a mugshot and look really good.
I always look super confused after I said something dumb.
I also, actually, the only way in which I feel bad for Donald Trump right now is that every bad article about Donald Trump always has a picture of him like pouting because there are so many pictures of him. It's like, and Trump is angry about something, and it's him scowling with a big like pursed lips and everything.
Let's go.
That's a little bit unfair.
Let's go do that Trump story. Hold on, we're going to do the Trump story. Wait, but tell the story first.
Yeah, sure. So Donald Trump's had a big week in the news. He came head-to-head with Megyn Kelly. Roger Ailes is asking for an apology from Donald Trump. Oh, yeah. So
Univision
he got into another fight with George Ramos.
Great line.
Right? With
it's
Univision.
Yeah.
So Ramos, who became a naturalized U.S. citizen 7 years ago, he's one of the most recognized names in Spanish television. People say that Spanish language news has almost the same pull as the priest at the pulpit.
Yes, he's right behind. I heard Jorge Ramos is right behind Speedy Gonzalez.
Oh my God.
It's Speedy Gonzalez, him,
racism,
and then there's a Puerto Rican girl.
Is he the guy that dresses up like the bumblebee?
Donald Trump they had a long interaction at a press conference. Donald Trump kicked him out, which we can pull up, and then invited him back in, but he refuses to apologize.
Good.
We have Mr. Trump here.
He's got my vote.
We have Trump.
Stop. What'd you just say?
We have Trump on the line.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
All right, well, let's see what's
up. Line 3.
Hello?
Guys, hello.
Who is this?
It's the Donald. It's me. It's the Donald.
Donald?
Donald Trump.
I've been listening to the show. Guys, it's a fantastic show, let me tell you. It's a real pleasure to be on with you guys.
Yeah?
I think you're all fantastic.
You do?
Now, this is actually Trump. Is this Trump?
This is the Donald. I'm calling from my helicopter. Actually, I'm sitting next to the pilot. It's a little noisy. Let me go into the other room.
There's a room on the helicopter?
Oh, it's him. That's definitely him.
Oh, yeah, Donald Trump.
Now, I don't know if you heard, we had a drunk Trump on here. I hope you didn't find that disrespectful, Mr. Trump.
Mr. Future President.
I got to say, this Artie Lang is a bit of a loser. Somebody called my office yesterday. They said, this guy's doing a drunk Trump. I listened to the thing. It doesn't sound a bit like me. It doesn't sound anything like me. First of all, I don't drink a lot anymore, but when I did, first of all, let me tell you something. My face gets very red.
So that's how to identify the right Trump when he's drunk.
Oh, he's got a red face like an Asian girl?
Yeah.
Every Asian, they're really allergic to alcohol, but I keep giving it to them.
Sherrod, racist again.
Well, I'm just telling you facts from my life, sir.
Mr. Trump, is there anything that you want to talk about with this story? Now, I personally feel like you're the anti-Bernie Sanders after he got punked out by those two fucking clowns.
Definitely.
And I love what you said to that guy. They suck.
Yeah, that's true.
Those two Raven-Simones attacked them?
Not that Bernie had a chance, but
Listen,
what a pussy.
If a black woman interrupts you, you got to let her finish.
Oh, no, I don't. I got a mic stand. Get out of pocket with me. Let's see that happen.
You got two violent Tempest Bledsoes coming at you. What are you going to do?
What are the cops?
Girls.
What are the cops not going to believe me? President Trump. Can you shed any light on this situation?
Are you talking the Bernie Sanders?
No, yeah, well, whatever you want.
Look, Bernie Sanders is probably a very nice guy, but look, I'm a billionaire.
Right.
I'm a friggin' I'm a fantastic, huge billionaire. Bernie Sanders is just this hippie, mayor from Burlington, Vermont. There's no competition here.
Yeah.
I'm a friggin' rock star, and he's a grandpa. Yeah. That's what it boils down to.
Well, what about the Univision thing?
Oh, yeah, with Jorge Ramos trying to corner you and make you speak to him out of term? He jumped up in the news conference?
Univision is the bottom of the barrel of network broadcasting, I'll tell you. And, tune in on a Saturday. All it is parade coverage. And more parade.
Oh, he's got my vote so hard. I don't watch it that much, but it's on at the laundromat all the time.
Is it a parade to the delivery room? Because you know this.
Are you going to meet with? So you're not going to go
to everything on a porno set too. That's what bugs me. It's all brightly colored.
Is there anything you want to say about the campaign or anything? Well, we have a couple of minutes. When are we going to break?
We got a couple of minutes.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Trump. Anything you want to throw out before we have to go to the break?
Everyone's been fantastic. It's and a lot of the Latinos are showing up. I love Latino people. Yeah. I have a lot of them that work for me. A lot of people say, well, they work for you. Why do you keep saying, the Latinos that work for me, you ever see the movie Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
I sure have.
Of course.
Okay. The Oompa Loompas, that's like the Latinos. Those are the happiest people in the movie.
You have a point, Mr. Trump. You have a point.
Oompa Latinos. I didn't even realize that was a thing. So you had them all
wrong.
They're singing songs. They're having a blast while all the kids are being tortured and destroyed and blown up like a blueberry.
Yeah.
He has a point.
He has a point, but I feel like he's crossing the line.
And that's what he does, and that's why he's going to be our president, Mr. Trump.
We really appreciate you calling in.
Any final words, Mr. Trump, before you? I'm sure you're a very busy man.
I appreciate all your votes, and thank you guys for having me on. It was a blast.
And send Melania my love, would you?
I will. I'll send her my love while I'm giving. I'll send her your love while I'm giving her my love.
Okay.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's going to be a great 2 minutes.
Any message to the Latino community who's a little upset with you?
I guess just keep on keeping on.
Thank you, Mr. Trump. Thank you, President Trump. We appreciate that.
It's a fantastic show. Keep it up.
Thank you, sir.
Wow, Matt Dillon and then Donald Trump.
That was great.
Yeah, Stacey Dash really missed out.
Stacey Dash, don't worry. I'll talk to her at the house when I get home. We'll straighten this out.
What else we got?
Well, we got a lot of shit. Should we take a break real fast?
Oh, we got to get to Kitty because our friend of the show, Kitty, who's here.
Speaking of Bill Cosby.
Yeah, speaking of getting Cosby.
She had a Cosby weekend.
Some scumbag fucking drugged her drink at this bar, Lily's.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. We're going to get to the bottom
Big J and Jeff Leach, who's been on the show, had to fucking help her in a cab. Well, she's going to tell a story. We're going to do a break because we're going to have Kitty come on and tell what happened. And, and then, whatever, we're going to...
Look, there's nothing an Australian loves more than a story about a drunk raping.
No, she didn't listen. Honestly, guy, because...
Whoa.
Cosby Tron, no one's talking to you.
I'm just speaking the truth.
There's nothing they love more?
Cosby.
Nothing we love more.
Hey, Cosby Tron, we're going on break. What are you going to do?
I'm smart because
Cosby Tron?
Well, ain't nothing happened to me yet.
That's true.
All right, we're going on break. We'll be right back. Race ball.
All right,
let's go to Kitty first. Let's go into Kitty.
Listen, we got there's some shit happening to our friend, but you could jump on the mic.
Yeah, let's put him on. We'll put him on this mic right here.
Okay, yeah.
You want me on that one too?
Yeah, not yet. We'll get because Mayo came, and then we're gonna get to. All right, so holy shit, we got like jam packed, dude.
It's great. We got rapper Mayo in the house.
Yeah, fucking Mayo just walked in. That's just thank you, Mayo.
I can't believe it.
All right.
Hey, I wouldn't want to be nowhere else.
That is not an impression. That's Mayo. Octavia, that is Mayo.
I want him to hear the Kitty story too. I want him to hear this.
Mayo.
It's not a happy story.
I know.
It's not like a good time.
But you know what?
I'm not going to bring everybody down.
No.
I want to hear the Kitty story.
It's not a happy story.
Wait, okay,
I'm
so
really sorry
it's
in advance,
interesting,
man.
though.
I'm
It's
really
interesting.
sorry.
Let me set this up because so Kitty's a friend of the show. So over the weekend.
Oh, by the way, that song was Deer Hunter, Snakeskin.
I love
new
that song. That was a good
Deer
song.
Hunter. All right, new song.
So Kitty, some piece of shit. I mean, and like a cliche out of Law and Order, like a frat boy, fucking Cosby'd her fucking drink
this weekend.
Didn't get her. Luckily, her friends got her.
You
out.
woke up on that one, didn't you?
Yeah. but she, I mean, and I talked to her after, he poisoned the shit out of her. Like she was fucked up. So she's gonna tell, because I just want her to tell what happened, and just on the odd chance someone knows who the fuck this is.
Right.
You know, maybe somebody knows something. Because
we can thank him. I mean, we can.
But even look.
Ask him where he got it.
But even,
how does this even
why do they still sell that? I don't understand.
I don't know what it is.
What doctor is like? I think you need roofies.
It could be a concoction of several things that made it happen. Now tell us what happened, Kitty. What night was it?
Okay, so Saturday night, me and my girlfriend went and had a full crab dinner, biscuits, potatoes, crab, whole shebit.
Okay.
We had a drink with dinner. We went to a bar called Lily's right outside Union Square.
And you told me you were there.
I text you, and I text you, and you didn't fucking show up. My mom actually.
But I said my friend with the roofies.
You.
Wait a second, Sherrod Small didn't show up somewhere?
I don't know.
That's not possible. I'm on a podcast. He was
just let her tell the story.
So this douchebag guy, collared shirt, comes in, sits next to me, and he's like, "Hey, nice tattoos, whatever." Get out.
Was he a young dude or older
He
dude?
was like late 20s, early 30s. He's paying cash for drinks. He's like really in my girl, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. I'm ignoring him. I'm with 3 other girls. Me and one of my girlfriends goes downstairs. We're in the bathroom. We're taking selfies, being girls, being bitches. So we go back, and he's sitting in my seat. And he's, leaning over, where my drink is. And I'm just like, bro, move your shit. Get out of my seat. And he's like, oh, yeah, no problem. He moves over. We finish our drinks, and we leave. And he's like, oh, wait, where are you going? Are you leaving? Let me come with you. And I was like, no. So we go down to the Comedy Cellar, and we see Jeff Leach do stand-up. And we're and he went from the Comedy Cellar somewhere else, another comedy place around the way, and I walk downstairs and things are a little weird. I'm standing there. I'm watching Jeff do stand-up, and I look at my girlfriend, and I'm petrified, and I go black. Apparently.
You mean go black like black dude?
No. There's no.
Just blacked out like Tracy Morgan.
Lights are out. Apparently, I just fucking ate it.
You passed out?
Just fucking ate it.
And hit the ground.
But I was apparently still awake. I couldn't walk. I couldn't talk.
Was you standing?
I don't know. From what's been told to me, no. So Big J, and Jeff Leach come over and apparently pick me up, and somebody paid for a fucking Uber for me, whoever that is.
I think maybe Big J or somebody.
I don't know who that is. They carry me into a car, and I kind of remember my friend going, "Are you okay? I think you were drugged. I can't see anything. It's black." Apparently, I'm still awake though. I woke up 10 hours later, face down on my floor. Apartment door open.
Was I there?
I had
Sorry,
no, my mom still blames that you weren't there. The reason this happened.
Did she really blame me?
I was like, my friends didn't show up. My guy friends. She was like, if you would have been with a man, this would have never happened.
Well, not
your mom.
No,
said
it wouldn't
that?
have happened. It definitely would have happened if I was there.
Well, but it was.
You'd have woke up at my place. I would have made you breakfast.
Wait, is your mom from Yemen or some shit? What kind of?
She's from California.
So you didn't know this guy at all from a whole while?
His name's Matt. That's what he told you.
He said his name was Matt. He was like a chubby, blondish, redhead kid. And he played catch. I called the bar. They were like, oh, my God, we're so sorry. And at one point in time, the bartender actually came over and asked if he was bothering me because he kept trying to like initiate.
I mean, why would a chubby little redhead kid need to drug anyone to get sex? He sounds like a catch,
right?
But no. So here's what something that I'm interested about the way that these drugs work. Do you have any idea whether or not you were actually conscious of what you were doing at the time and you only don't remember it, or do you think that all of that period of time you were actually like passed out?
I just gotta say, a story just broke that Derrick Rose from the Chicago Bulls just got charged with drugging and gang raping his ex-girlfriend.
No.
Yeah. And by the way,
breaking news.
Yo, in Nashville, when I was in Chattanooga,
as we talking about this,
did he tear his knee up doing it?
When I was in
for the season?
When I was in Chattanooga with that, they were telling me there's like an epidemic in Nashville right now. I don't know how this is making such a huge. How come I can't get Quaaludes, but this shit is out still?
Right?
I can't
buy. But you know this. You know, Kitty, it's a lot. It's rules to partying. You know, you gotta
4 drinks with a full meal.
Well, you saw him standing over your drink, though. You gotta not drink that.
Listen, you can't accept drinks from people.
I never would have thought in life.
Yeah.
I'm a nice person. Like I never would have thought in life. Somebody would be like, I'm gonna drug this bitch.
Everybody's not nice. Everybody's not nice. You can't leave your drink unattended.
Yeah, if you leave a drink at a bar, don't come back to it.
Not at all.
I'll put my dick and everything in that drink.
Exactly.
Sounds a bit like blaming the victim.
I had no idea. I literally the next day threw up for like 14
Dude, she was
solid
fucked
hours.
up.
I was tremorous.
She called me up.
That's not really funny. That's the best. That's a sad story.
No, it's not.
Anything can happen.
You know what's so shitty, dude? Because this is what makes me like furious about. Because you know, people really, even with the Cosby thing, even people think he did it. And I heard like shit here and there of like, well, they were asleep. Like some people think that's like a less bad than like a ski mask rape.
But you wake up, you're like,
he could have fucking killed. You could kill someone with that.
You don't know what's You don't know somebody's intakes. Everybody's body.
I mean, the fucking
right.
I have more respect for a fucking knife guy than this piece. I mean, it's the most cowardly shit to be like, oh, I don't care. I'm gonna put some shit and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's like
you can't even accept drinks from people, man.
No,
When Kurt told me this, I don't know why women even
can't do that.
Don't leave your drink anywhere.
You can't do it.
If I was a girl, I would walk around my drink around my neck like a Saint Bernard.
You tie a shoestring around.
He just called women dogs. He just said women were dogs.
It's National Dog Day.
Absolutely would.
Like Mr. Belvedere.
I mean, it's like but that's like a cliche, like the fucking white. First of all, I'm throwing this out there. I mean, the odds of finding one white guy named Matt are pretty. Let's face it.
Hang on, we know that he's a short, fat guy who has red hair. But I do think that there's something particularly unseemly about the way that Cosby did it. Allegedly, which is, as you're right, Kurt, like there is something horrible about the idea of like, let me just put these people so it's
well, in all fairness, Kurt's not the only one that thinks that was horrible. That's a consensus.
The only person in the world who thinks this is horrible is Kurt.
Here I stand alone.
Kurt is a man who made and broke this story.
I'm indifferent, Kurt.
Well, hold on, Erin, because Erin, she's from Jezebel. Because she said she might be able to throw something out. I don't know.
So, yeah, I mean, we cover...
The booty looking nice, though, Kitty. I'll tell you that. Booty looking right. Come on, Mayo. Come on. You got a nice booty for a white girl. Don't be like that now. That's what Dr. King talked about, brother.
People out there dying for those. They're dying to get those.
You say people are dying for those? They're overseas right now fighting for that ass.
There are women in the Dominican offering the kitty.
Well, Erin,
get the kitty pack.
Hold on, let Erin say her.
Go ahead, Erin. We talk about booty. I'm sorry,
yeah,
Erin.
No, it's fine. That's a part of life.
Booty is a part of life. That's on my business card, by the way. Josh Zepps, booty is a part of life.
That's my next tattoo.
The Dalai Lama said that.
Booty is a part of life.
I think Deepak Chopra had a book there. Booty is a part of life. That's a Deepak.
I saw it on the Oprah network. They were talking about
Oxygen, the old network.
Well, anyway, rape.
That was Eckhart Tolle's fourth book, Rape.
All right, go ahead. Say anything.
No, but we've reported on stuff like this, and we actually had a story that ran a couple weeks ago about a person who went to Happy Endings and says it's like on the Lower East Side.
Happy endings.
Yeah.
The ABC show.
Oh my God.
The ABC show with Damon Wayans Jr.
No, the real happy endings.
Well,
I mean, talk about the irony of that.
It's the that of bars. So it's like a shitty. Okay. Anyway, so this girl like went in, says that she was says that she was drugged, and she her alleged assailant saw it through. So it's it happens here in New York City, and it it kind of seems like something you'd read about in teen magazines in the 90s. But it's still a thing. It never.
It's making a comeback. It's making a big comeback.
What's
in the
making
South.
a comeback?
So drugging roofies and drugging girls.
You told me a bunch of bartenders that I was talking to, in all bars.
He was just in Chattanooga this weekend doing shows.
In Nashville, and they got it's a nonstop thing there. I don't know why it's flooding there, but I couldn't find no.
What happens just having game?
Right. What do they expect to happen?
Yeah, man.
After you drug a female,
what
happens? What happens?
I'll tell you what. They think she's not going to remember, and the drug leaves your system very quickly.
Yeah.
No,
so
that's what's so
they're
expecting to get into a sexual
because she was even Kitty said she was still awake, but she was blacked out.
I mean, there's some people that are necrophiliacs, and they're into that. They're into people that don't move when they
Right, exactly. I don't even want it. That's like having sex with a mummy.
This is an important fucking physiological point. Are you?
Go ahead, Crocodile Dundee.
Are you fucking cognizant when you're doing it and then you don't remember it, or is it that you are sort of paralyzed and you just
she went out?
Yeah, but we all people. Even alcoholics go into blackout phases, right?
Exactly.
So I know people who are such alcoholics that they will get into a zone where a buddy of mine, not a buddy, an acquaintance of mine, literally booked. It was me.
It was you.
Literally booked a ticket from New York to London and flew the entire flight. Woke up in a hotel in London and was like, "Where the fuck am I?" And didn't realize that he'd done the whole thing.
He roofied himself.
So,
that's what
yes,
happened.
basically.
I've done it before in a row.
But that is exactly my question. So is it the case that when the person is under the spell of the roofie or the total alcoholic, insane fuck out, that they are capable of behaving like a human being?
Very suspicious question,
and they appear like a human being, or is it that they're just passed out?
I was told I could not walk, I could not talk, but my eyes were awake, and I could try to respond, but I couldn't actually form.
But did you did not leave with him, did you, Kitty?
No, I was with my friends at a comedy club, and I didn't even know one of them was there until I saw him while we were walking in here. He looked like he saw a ghost.
Was your vagina working?
Big J.
It was Big J.
It was Big J. Yo, Charlie.
You knew I was going with this.
Was your vagina capable of working?
It is just a hole. So
I've got a pocket as well. I think we were talking about that earlier.
Did your mouth work?
Did your mouth?
Did your underarm pits for Kurt? Would you like? Did your underarm pits work? He likes what he likes.
But I just want to know what kind of man, who are these guys?
it's a bunch of Jeffrey Dahmers apparently. Roaming around.
Able to drag a limp body and still have the energy to have sex with.
Exactly.
No, listen. This guy, listen.
Carry you home.
I'm going out with you because I know.
But look, hold on. This dude, he either mistimed it. These guys try to time it. So this dude was dogging her the whole night,
trying to time it when it kicked in,
putting fingers in front of her eye, hi, flashlight in her
How many fingers do I have up?
Yeah,
I gave her an eye chart. Can you see the E? I see shades of red.
Well, if anybody there, all right, Cosby Tron.
That's awful, man.
Mayo, I'm sorry that we got this.
I want to talk to Mayo, though.
It's all good.
Mayo got a good story, man.
It's all right, man.
First of all, you spent 10 years in prison.
Yeah, so they say.
Did you fuck with?
So they say.
God bless you.
I got a roofie, and then I woke up. And they told me 10 years had passed. I mean, shit.
Holy shit. Did you deal with real racists? Where were you, first of all?
I was in the state of New York City. I mean, not New York, state of New York.
Upstate?
Upstate. A lot of different prisons upstate. Maybe 10 different prisons.
Now, did you stay in a prison where the two dudes broke out recently?
No, but I was in that prison before. I was in that prison years ago. And
did it look weak, like you can get out?
No, that's probably one of the most secure prisons that you could possibly be in. That's like a max A prison.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How long were you there?
I was in prison, so they say, maybe how many fingers do you have?
10? Really?
Yeah.
That's seems like a long time.
Now, what about the white supremacists? I want to know the whole, because I watch Locked Up.
You know what?
We all watch Locked Up on MSNBC.
You know what, though? I don't think you come in New York State. I don't think you come as close with those people as you do like in California. Because when I watched Locked Up 2, and I'm like, I didn't see that. I don't remember this.
Right.
Now,
was it the roofie?
You? Might have been the roofie. I thought I was on my way to college.
You know you signed up for the Army.
I signed up for something else. Woke up and said, how the fuck did I get here?
There's a prison recruiter in the mall.
Yes.
You want to go to college, young man?
Oh shit! I don't think.
Prison recruiter.
I watch Locked Up, and I see things that I've never saw before. This is different. California State.
What about the Booty Bandit?
We're trying to get him on the show.
Johnson.
Actually.
Oh, Booty Bandit.
Remember Fleece Johnson? Is like, I got booty. More important than air. More important
Yeah, but
than
of course
water.
it's Kentucky. This is what I'm always thinking. Like when people are like, "Oh, I didn't realize that there were white supremacists in prison because I was in prison in like Maine." Well, yeah, try being in prison in Alabama or Missouri or Mississippi. It's probably going to be a different. It's probably going to be a lot more fucking white supremacists.
I'm glad you listen. I don't know if you know this because we got him here because we were going to help because we want to help Kitty. And by the way, if you know anything, please fucking tweet whatever. Hopefully, this guy because who knows he's going to do it again. This sack of shit. He's not getting it right. He's
probably doing it right now.
Yes, I know.
Yes,
it's fucking scary, man. That's terrifying.
So
we got Dr. Phil here to help counsel Kitty, but we can have Dr. Phil talk to Mayo about prison too. Dr. Phil, welcome to the show. First of all, Dr. Phil.
Hey everybody, how are you? Well, it's just great to be here, and sadly enough, it's a very sensitive subject.
Yeah, that's true, Dr. Phil.
You're right, Dr. Phil. It's very sensitive. What do you say to Mayo? Do you want to say anything, Mayo?
Yeah, Mayo first.
What's up, Dr. Phil?
He's big time right now, man.
Hey, how are you? I've heard you a little bit on the circuit. How's it going?
hey, man, listen. We put that all in the past, though, Phil. Can I call you Phil?
Well, now, what's your story? You were in prison, right?
Yeah.
For what again?
They say I moved one person from one place to another.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Is that
I told him he was a chauffeur. He was just chauffeur.
Were you an Uber driver?
It was first degree chauffeuring.
Listen, I went to the mall. I was trying to get recruited for college and the Army at the same time. Somebody asked me for a drive. I said, sure. And then I woke up 10 years later with a kidnapping charge.
He was the first degree Uber.
Yeah.
He's using some black code words with me. I can't figure this out.
Well, Dr. Phil, really, Kitty, what do you have anything about Kitty?
Yes,
because she's traumatized.
17.7 million women out there have been raped or been attempted to be victims of rape. So
besides what Sherrod did, I mean.
This is
that knocks it down to 14. That knocks it down to 14.
Yeah, this is very...
Are you rounding up or down?
You know they give me the pussy, nigga. Oh! Kitty, come give me some pussy in front of these niggas just to show them that we all good. That we good.
Show them.
Just to prove my point.
Well, you're interrupting Dr. Phil.
I'm sorry, Dr. Phil.
No, this is very common amongst women to put yourself in this situation.
Wait, what?
Let me ask you something.
Dr. Phil, hold on. Hold on a cotton picking minute.
You know. Damn. Here's the problem. Are you nuts? First of all, Kitty, you're a very friendly girl. You're very gregarious. I like that about you. But maybe you ever think that your personality is just a little bit too forward with everybody?
Jesus Christ, Doctor.
Wait, he's a doctor. He has a method.
He is a doctor.
He's a doctor.
He is a doctor. He is a qualified
It doesn't sound right, but he is a doctor.
Sometimes being affable can send out the wrong signals to a man that he thinks you might like him, but you don't.
Now, is affable a medical term?
We need to see credentials.
Now, you said you weren't being very friendly with him in the beginning, right?
No.
She said no, Doctor.
She's hostile. She's hostile.
Is it possible that your attitude sucked?
Doctor, she has told you exactly what happened. There's no ambiguity.
If you were friendly to him up front, he wouldn't have done that. But obviously, you frustrated him. Why don't you just do what you normally do?
How
and
did
just
Oprah
take
put
your
this
clothes
Dr.
off?
Phil out here like this?
Let Dr. Phil finish.
All right,
Let him
Dr. Phil,
finish.
sorry, I don't.
You know what I mean?
It sounds like victim
he
blaming
did
to me.
it out of frustration because you wouldn't give him the time of day. So if you just gave him some attention up front, that never would have happened.
You know what? Jezebel Aaron's just nodded her head. Yes, she just said yes.
Yeah.
She's definitely behind this. Go ahead, finish, Dr. Phil. Jezebel's behind this.
I think you have to do some of your own personal house cleaning with yourself.
Clean out. She's gonna clean out her own emotional house.
You got
like
you
got
you got to dust up that emotional well and figure out what you're doing to put out that energy. Because I know plenty of women who've never been touched or raped or attacked or anything.
Enough about your wife, Dr. Phil. She's never been touched by a man. We know that. We see her on your show.
Mayo, do you agree with Dr. Phil? I feel a little iffy about this.
I can't agree with you on that, Dr. Phil. I just think
But he's a doctor.
You know,
you say that, and
it's almost hard not to agree with you. but I just think that women have to be more careful.
Definitely.
At these bars.
Men too, Tommy.
You know what? Because
But why is it the job of women to be careful not to be raped?
It's not the job of women
you know
to
what?
be
Because I
careful.
do want to, because that is a thing that we should clarify.
Partying. I mean,
because there is a fine line between victim blaming and I was talking this before with that when Bill Burr had that Caitlyn Jenner joke and I go, somebody thought his joke was going to get transsexual women killed, and I'm like, here's how they die. If you look at the stats, it's minority communities.
Leave us out of this, Kurt.
I would like to, but I can't.
Okay.
We
like to say boom bye bye in the Bati Boy's head. Ruben must be dead.
Hold on, the other thing, Sherrod.
Two shots dead to him, chin. Sorry, Tommy. I like the tune. I don't stand by the lyrics, but the tune is a fun tune.
Also, there's like a gay panic because how many trans women do you know? Because I know a few.
I know 3. I invited the other one, the one who has a crush on you. I saw at the stand the other day.
Can we get her?
Yes, I'm trying to get on so bad.
Yeah,
She wants to know. She's like, why is Kurt scared of me?
I know.
I love that.
It's not that.
Kurt.
She would send me too many fucking messages, and my girlfriend's like, "Why is this person?"
No, don't blame it on Karen. Karen's down. Karen's down for it, nigga.
Well, you know what though? Hold on. Karen might be, but she's not into pussy. When we fuck other piece, she don't want to fuck pussy. But
she don't have to fuck pussy.
I bet you,
but she's still the high five. She gonna stand in and high five you.
If they got the dick in the tits, she probably right.
Yeah, man.
Dick and tits. We'll talk about it.
Karen.
She's gonna think about it.
This transsexual loves Kurt, and it makes Kurt uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah. Well, I would say too comfortable.
It's like the peanut butter and jelly in the same jar. You know?
But listen,
it's the goobers of people.
God damn it, Mike is on fire.
I don't miss Stacey Dash one bit right now.
You know, Stacey Dash was going to be on the show tonight.
And what happened?
She was flying in tonight, so she had to reschedule. She didn't work out.
What is it? I want to understand, Kurt,
she's a good
what
friend.
your point about trans people is.
Okay, so
because I'm the only sexually ambiguous person here at this.
We know you're gay. It's fine.
Shut up,
Go to Tommy. Call that you're gay.
Just because I'm married to a man. Of course,
Sit on my lap
of course you
and tell
know
me
I'm
that.
gay.
But the fact
that I like boobies still permeates this whole studio.
Okay, hold on.
Boobies and cock, you greedy nigga.
Wait, listen.
I want it all, baby. I want it all.
Wait, Dr. Phil, can you address this ambiguity that Josh just laid on us?
I want to understand what the point is you're making
let me say the point first.
Those Aussies is like, whatever comes out that zipper, I'm sucking.
Mate, we're on the other side of the world. Whatever's got a face. If it's got a face, I'll fuck it.
Let me just say this thing.
Kurt.
All right.
Just call.
Sorry,
Jesus.
Kurt, I got crazy. Kurt,
Okay.
I missed you. I missed you in Chattanooga. I missed you.
I know. I miss you too.
All right.
All right. First of all, there is a victim blame. Like Dr. Phil, I felt like was victim blaming just now.
Well, he's a doctor, so maybe he has a.
But you got to be careful.
Opinion,
you got to be careful.
Anybody. That's anybody.
Right. And so because when I hear these, because they have that thing you can put in drinks to see if someone drugged. You can dip your nail in your drink to see if there's a drug in it. It's something for women. And I read a lot of outraged feminist things like, oh, I shouldn't have to. Yes, of course you shouldn't have to.
You shouldn't have to. But
I shouldn't have to lock up my bike.
Indeed.
But if it gets stolen, you're going to go, hey, Kurt, lock your bike up next time.
Exactly. You shouldn't have to, but it doesn't mitigate the fact that there's weirdos out there.
100%.
And it's a lot of weirdos that prey on women.
Yes.
And it's not about blaming.
I
women,
agree. They should stop. We all agree on that, right?
Open drinks from people.
Hell no.
And you shouldn't leave your drink.
Never leave your drink. Never go to the bathroom and come back.
Mate, I just gave you that drink. You're drinking my drink.
Wait, stop. Hold on. But Mayo, okay? What if she really needed to take a selfie in the ladies' room? Now, surely that's...
Then you have to take the drink with you.
Thank you. Take your drink. Wow, how comfortable is your life that you think you can leave your bar? You're drinking a bar in Manhattan and come back and drink that
with
drink.
That ass. Yeah, you with that ass.
I got friends who have put their dick in my drink. I would do that.
You can't be that trusting of people. Somebody could pee in your cup and spit in it.
Isn't it about what
I
we
weigh my dick on the rim like it's salt on a tequila. I weigh my dick over the rim. There you go.
Just a little bit of dick on the rim.
Salty nuts.
But isn't it about what we focus on when we talk about this stuff? So, like, I mean, I've just given you some of my Maker's Mark here. It's a delicious bourbon. It's a beverage.
I didn't have any yet.
Did you?
No, he didn't have it.
Okay, sorry, your buddy.
Did you see Josh when he gave the Sherrod? He put his hand on the bottom and dump it in Sherrod's mouth.
Yeah. So I
like Dumb and Dumber. He like,
I could have peed in it a little, but you would trust me.
I paid you to.
And so the question is, like, when you focus on the fact that that it's the responsibility of women to make sure that they don't drink drinks that have been left out, isn't that kind of sort of shifting the blame in some way? Even
that's being safe.
Sometimes you put your wallet in your sock, nigga. Sometimes you put your chain your bike up.
Because the thief is the bad guy, not me.
Yeah, the thief is the bad guy, but you gotta still live in the same
You don't deserve it.
Why are we only talking about the victim?
Josh, listen.
It's not.
I know
you Sydney son of a bitch.
Josh is a drunk Australian.
I'm gonna take a boomerang and hit Josh in the head with it.
Josh, here's the thing.
So he can come back and you can hit
Let me know.
The same rules apply to women applies to anybody. If me and you was hanging out, I wouldn't allow you to accept a drink from anybody.
Yep.
Yes. I wouldn't allow you to leave your drink unattended while you go to the bathroom and come back. That's just not.
But mate, why are we talking exclusively about that instead of about the person who's?
I'll tell you why, Josh.
But we get that. We get
what you're saying, but it's like, why take the chance? I don't want to take the chance.
Totally, of course. Okay. I mean, we're spending all our time talking about how to protect our drinks instead of just saying
we
shouldn't be poisoning other people's drinks.
Just listen. Stop. Just listen. Stop. Okay. Of course, everyone should stop doing that. Okay.
Are you saying that I should stop my habit of routinely poisoning other people's drinks in order to have sex?
And by the way, I would never say you deserve, because she made him. She doesn't deserve what happened to her.
Exactly.
Of course not.
No.
But I'm sure in the future she ain't gonna leave her fucking drink.
Just be careful.
Right? I hope she doesn't.
Kurt, let's go to gay Tommy.
Oh yeah, Tommy, come on the mic.
Get on the mic, Tommy.
Andrew Goldstein commemorative mic.
He beat Kurt in a debate last week, Mayo.
He did not.
He called in last week. He crushed Kurt with some hashtag Black Lives Matter.
Right.
He showed Kurt why it mattered.
Okay, that's what happened.
That's why he's a part of the family now.
You can listen to the previous episode.
Tommy, what do you think about this? What do you think about this?
Well, as a certified rape crisis counselor,
which
I am in the state of Massachusetts, I used to work at the Rape Crisis Center in Boston.
I remember calling you.
So my opinion is invalid in New York.
Thank you for getting me through that hard weekend that I had.
Are you really gay? Were you serious about that? Oh,
this is the crush.
I like you so much better now.
I love the ladies, but I am married to a man.
No. But now I like you a lot more than I did for the first time.
Thank you. Him, though.
But I actually agree with you, is my point. I think that it's actually twofold. There's like harm reduction, which is what we're talking about with not leaving your drink around, and that's an important component.
Of course it is.
But I also think that we really should be focusing the jokes on the chubby redheaded white guys, because if
he's
you
so sexy,
look
though.
at the research, well, if he was a brunette.
Well, we should do a police sketch of the chubby redheaded guy.
Because what he's saying, I want to address that. So I want
to
finish. Go ahead.
I'm not finish, Kurt, but I made black thugs laugh with a gay joke. So
you only did 10 years. It's alleged. I don't call Mayo a thug. He was an Uber driver. Misunderstanding. Please.
Someone was moving from one spot to another.
If he was working for Lyft, it would have never happened.
But listen, go ahead, man.
He didn't have a pink mustache on his car. Mike is on fire, yo.
I know.
This nigga is on fire
New
tonight.
station guy. But
go ahead,
Tommy, finish your
Tommy.
sentence.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that it's if we should really refocus the conversation on the people who are perpetrating the crimes, right? Like that's what the joke should be about.
Okay, now that's what I want to address. Hold on.
Okay.
Because this is what
That's
people.
the only point I'm making.
This is just shut up, drunk Josh. What? What? This is what people that don't tell jokes for a living think jokes are.
Right.
Do you hear that?
Yeah.
Why are you talking? We're making Kitty feel better. See, Kitty came down and hang out with me. She's laughing. This idiotic lefty idea that jokes are punching. It's tickling.
But we're not
it's not punching. Shut up, Josh.
Shut up, Josh.
Fucking A, don't give him liquor. Okay? It's not. Listen.
Turn this mic away from him.
If I can get anybody to get this shit through their head about jokes, this bullshit, we should make the jokes. Jokes are not an attack on you.
No.
It's pain. That's what humor is. Right. She has real pain. We're making jokes. When my father died, by the way, and I called Amy Schumer and told her, you know what she said to me? She goes, that's weird. I'm at the zoo, and I just found $100 and I'm eating ice cream. That's and that made me really happy. People that aren't funny, not Tommy. I don't have to name drop. That's my life.
Yeah, that's his life.
Having people joke about my dad.
Amy Schumer's cock for 11.
Yeah. It's a little big, but you know what? I get it down. I relax my throat and I get them checks.
He writes for Amy show.
That's not what jokes are, dude. Jokes are not the way the weak fight the power.
But it's not at the exclusion. I'm not talking about at the exclusion of making jokes about people leaving their drinks around. I'm just saying, like, the percentage of jokes are heavily weighted toward
because we care about her more than the guy.
That's why we want to make her feel better.
I get that. I've been in the room and like I see that. I don't know how it plays out.
You see
into
how
the
happy
world.
she was when we started talking about it.
I'm not like saying that you were doing something.
The guy was chubby, and I don't like fat jokes.
Not here for the sizes.
We do have to address the fat phobia
or the anti-ginger.
Also, you know what? Hold on. Does anybody have this question? Does anybody have this question that I have? Is what is this putting phobic on the end of every goddamn thing? I don't even like homophobic because I don't know.
I call my dick dickophobic.
But
that's its name. It named itself.
But, like, do you like those? I mean, like, I would say anti-gay because phobic to me sounds like a mental disorder. And if people who are homophobic have a mental disorder, that's not their fault. If you're a bigot though and hate gay people, that is your fault. Like, just what's with the phobic on every? Like, there's now fat phobics. You must be a fat. No one's afraid of you, fatso. It ain't that. That's not the same as fear because you grossed me out.
Kurt, let me raise one thing, which is, and also I agree with everything you just said, which is,
don't ever say that.
It just takes 5 maker's marks.
Here is something that I just saw, which is trans activist labels drag fun run transphobic.
No,
so there was
is that a Gaga song? Is that like Lady Gaga?
There was a fun run that asked men to dress in female clothing, and it's being investigated now because a trans activist claimed that it constitutes a hate crime.
What does?
That's running as a transsexual?
So getting men to dress in female clothing and run.
So drag queens are done?
Transphobic.
So wait a minute. So what about
getting what?
So just
having men dress in female clothing
who are not transsexuals, just men, just regular men,
just regular men.
How do you know?
Fun run.
Don't label them.
But that's what they say. They saying it's
now it's transphobic. So all I'm saying is there are bazillions of different articles that come all the time about things that are going on in the world that vindicate basically what you're saying.
Can we ask Dr. Phil?
We put phobic on the end of things.
Can we ask Dr. Phil about phobias?
I mean, I want to know what Dr. Phil
Here's the deal here. Phobia is an aversion toward or unreasonable antipathy toward a given object. Agoraphobia is an example. Xenophobia.
Wow, Dr. Phil does know some.
Niggophobia.
That too. Everybody has that.
Even black people.
Even niggas.
I said black people, sir.
Go on, Dr. Phil. We are listening. Sorry.
Yeah, so that's what it is. It's a fear. It's fear-based. So it's not a mental problem. It's more of a sociological problem.
Yeah, I think. Wow, Dr. Phil came at lucid. What the hell just happened?
Unexpectedly lucid.
Sherrod, how much time do we have left?
We have 8 minutes left.
Okay, the last 2 minutes, the Cosby Tron has an apology that I want to play.
Yeah, we've been playing Cosby Tron. First of all, it's like unreleased Cosby stuff that his people have been trying to get off the internet that we got.
It's unreleased.
It's unreleased.
And it's brutal.
Give
it's like
away
him
Mayo.
he pretty much teaching kids how to use drugs.
Just let Mayo hear the downers thing.
Yeah, let Mayo hear the downers part. Write a rap to it.
Okay, now let's talk about pills, all right?
people take pills to get high.
This is produced by Quincy Jones, by the way.
Now, some pills are called downers. So, if we take a downer, it kind of makes us feel sleepy. And we think we feel good, like... There, you're on a downer now. You've taken one, and now it's starting to react in your body.
Hey, look at Nick and
now
Rick. Look at
They don't believe that this is really Bill Cosby. It's Bill Cosby.
Oh, isn't that much better?
No, it's not Bill Cosby.
Yeah. Just us.
Just us? We cut that part. That was our editing. I cut the back. Brandon Jazz cut the back to the front.
Okay, that's
So
real.
What was that? He was giving that.
Bill Cosby talks to
70s.
kids about drugs. In 1973.
73.
And it's fucking bizarre. And now it's not. We're just editing a
It's
little bit of
because that's what roofies are. They like a downer, right?
Yeah, I don't understand their medical use.
Yeah, I think it's like a downer.
Yeah, it gets you ready for surgery. Most drugs that you fucking take
is
get
that
you
what
ready
it
for
is?
surgery.
It's for surgery.
Most drugs that you take that get you high and get you ready for surgery.
high,
under regular circumstances.
All right, well,
I'm not sure that mushrooms or cocaine get you ready for surgery.
Well, Indian surgery, Native American surgery.
I had psychic surgery recently, Josh.
By the way,
have the surgery of the
Kurt,
wolf.
You got to come on my podcast.
We're both going to come. We're going
We
to
the
come.
People Live. Just search
said it already.
hashtag We the People Live.
Whoa, what am I?
What are you talking?
He coming on? Yeah, Mano's coming on too.
Yeah, can he? Will you?
What's
Come
that?
on my
It's on
podcast.
HuffPost, right? Is it
Just
HuffPost or
no? I'm obviously I host HuffPost Live as well, but
he
I also
he hosts HuffPost Live.
Yeah, but go to my podcast.
I'm not
You can
coming.
get
We're not
on
coming
Twitter.
unless Mano's coming.
At WTP_live.
I went on Mike Shea. Mike Shea's over there.
And look at
He's on SNL.
He's very welcome. You are on my show.
Shit.
WTPLive.com.
Mike, that was equal to You're Funny Too.
Mike?
He gave you a You're Funny Too.
Mike, you got something to plug? You got something to plug?
No. Watch this show. And also...
Yes, we're going to hit Mano on the way out. We're going to hit a
And we
young
want
song on
Mano.
the way out.
Of course, thank you.
I got love for you.
Thank you.
I saw you.
Yeah, thanks for coming in, Mano. That's fucking awesome.
Thanks for having me, man. And make sure they go out there and grab that KOB3 out there right now. iTunes, everywhere.
Yes. Make sure I got your info so I'll bring you back on.
Of course.
Because you're going to talk freely. You already been in prison, so you ain't scared to talk. This motherfucker
Mano,
talks.
where do you live?
I'm from New York. I live in Jersey.
Oh, no shit. Where in Jersey?
In Clifton.
Oh, wow.
We got 20
So you
seconds
gotta be
left.
on. Oh, shit.
Big shout to Mano. What do you got coming out? What's the new thing
Oh,
out?
KOB3 is out right now. So whole
Excellent.
mixtape.
Go to Tommy. You here every week, but son of a bitch.
Yeah, Tommy, thank you. And
Josh Zepps, thank you, brother.
Well, play the thing.
Sherrod,
Play us
I
out with the
love you,
apology.
and Kurt,
Okay,
you're the
we'll
best.
play that
I'm
too.
at Caroline's 10th and 11th headlining, so come see me there.
Yeah, come to the
Play
Comedy
the
Cellar.
Cosby Tron
Comedy Cellar
apology.
all week. Mike, when's SNL back?
October 3rd.
I'm writing an article about Tracy Morgan.
Thank you,
and, New
Aaron
York
from
Post.
Jezebel,
Let's
too.
talk about it.
It's coming out in October.
All
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Hit
That's
the
awesome.
Cosby
That's great.
apology to get us out.
Listen, we love you. Let's go to Mano's song, and then we'll play the Cosby thing.
Well, can we play it?
Yeah, we'll play the Cosby thing.
All right, as long
I
as
got
have
you.
time.
I got you, Kurt.
His apology's beautiful.
Paul, don't play it.
You piece of shit.